Alright, what's up internet? Welcome to the rebuild of my gaming machine that I recently just got new stuff for. Some were given to me by people for Christmas, and stuff that I just bought to revamp my whole PC. I guess I'll start by going through all the parts that I had. Some of them that I had before in the machine, and I just put them back in the boxes because some of them I actually kept all the boxes for. So first of all, we'll start off with the first new thing that I got, which is the AMD FX 8350 8-core processor. Is unlocked and great for overclocking, and I got this to replace my old Phenom 955 Black Edition. This is just tons better. 8 cores instead of 4, and it'll do a lot better for me for multitasking, so that's why I went with that instead. And I believe it is clocked at 4.0 gigahertz to start with. If you can see it right there. Yep, there you go. And there's the actual processor in the box. So we'll be getting to that later. Alright, so what was on top of it was thermal paste that I'm going to use, Arctic Silver 5. Cooler down. And with that, I will be, to cool the whole system, I'll be using the Corsair H55. It's not an insane water cooler. It's mostly, I heard it was basically just a water cooler to replace an air cooler if you wanted to go water cooling instead. But my past build, it actually cooled the build way better than the stock cooler did. So, and I had my Phenom 2 clocked at 3.8 gigahertz the entire time, running always, and it never had a problem. So yeah, thing does pretty damn well for what it is. Let's see, for RAM. Oh, this is actually G.Skill Ripjaws. I just used a package that I had of G.Skill areas for a different build I did, but I just put it back in the box for you guys, and it's just an 8 gigabyte kit of 1600 megahertz. Yeah, those things do pretty well. I'm gonna eventually upgrade it to 16 gigs, but 8 gigs is perfectly enough, and has never, I've never maxed out my RAM or anything, so it's fine. Another new component I got was the motherboard, which is the Gigabyte GA990FXA UD3, and this is the revision 4. A lot of people said that they were having problems with the 8350 and the newer AMD high-end processors throttling with the this board, but I also read the reviews and the stuff on the online forums that they fixed all of that in the revision 4, and it now has a UEFI BIOS in it, which the previous versions did not have. So looking forward to that. It's a really cool looking board and comes with everything I need, so it's going to work out fine. And then for a power supply, this was in my old build still. It's just the OZZ ModXtreme Pro power supply, 600 watts, and it's basically I think it's semi-modular, but it does really good for keeping my cables managed and everything. You only have to use what you want to use, which is very cool. And then for the GPU, it's my card that I got before. I didn't get a new card yet, but this is the Sapphire Dual X HD 7870 gigahertz edition. And if you see right there, it already comes overclocked, even though I overclock it myself more. And 2 gigabytes of DDR5. And it's a really good card. It maxes out everything I need, and it's basically the new the R9 270 or 270X. It's like the exact same card pretty much. The 270 is a little bit underclocked of this, and the 270X is overclocked a little bit more than this one. So they're basically the same, and it plays in everything that I want to play, max settings. So it's pretty cool. Something else that I just got, which I love, is I got the Logitech G700S gaming mouse. Thing's awesome. It feels great. It feels perfect in my hand. It's got a bunch of extra buttons that I haven't even tried to use yet, but I can program those for whenever I want. It's not actually in the box. I just want to show you guys the box, but it says science wins and all that stuff. And something they did on this one that's really cool is they actually textured the part around where your hands sit on the mouse. And the top is smooth and everything, and it's just a really good feel. It feels perfect in my hand, so I finally decided to buy a gaming mouse because I like that one. And then, you know, just the usual run-of-the-mill DVD drive, something like that, just to put discs in if I need to. And then just a, what is this? A 1 terabyte Seagate Barracuda. Just, it has my OS and my stuff on it. I'm going to be getting a SSD. I should be getting a 120 gigabyte SSD soon from my cousin. And that'll be in a future video that I'll show the upgrade of that. But just for now, I'm using this. And then, the last piece is the case. And I don't know if you can see it too well back here, but it actually is the half 912. And I actually plasti dip the entire thing. If you don't know what plasti dip is, you can Google it. It's pretty cool. It kind of has a rubber feel coating to it, and it does a really good job of coating the entire system and making it look black, because it actually used to be some kind of like gray color and it didn't look cool at all, so I just did that myself. And here's the actual can if you guys wanted to see it. It looks like this. So if you guys wanted to do that yourself, yeah, it's pretty cool. It just, you basically just paint it on just like spray paint and do a couple of coats, and it can come out looking great like that. So yeah, if you notice, like the front panel's off and everything, because I got to install the fans and everything still. So yeah, so that's the overview of all the stuff that's going in the system, and we'll get started building it. On the outside, but those who chose not to be left